Good day, everybody. Meteorologist Robert Spetta here with today, the 20th of April, 2011, Western Pacific weather update out here. And we are watching several areas of convection. One primarily north of Palau here. We have actually Invest 90 whiskey out here. Jtwc does have a poor area out on this system. So just looking at the poor potential of a possible development of a tropical system in the next 24 hours with this. And looking at some of the ASCA imagery and surface analysis, we are seeing an elongated area of low pressure, basically cyclonic circulation. It is very weak but apparent on ASCA imagery here, showing just north of Palau we have this very elongated area right in here. That's basically the reason why there is an invest down on this. Now, good news, if anything does develop out of this system, which seems very unlikely at this time, it will track off to the northeast, just along the northern portion of the Marianas Islands, very sparsely populated up in here. Many of these islands actually uninhabited. So, kind of good news there if this does develop, and if anything, it would max out near a mix of tropical depression, kind of like what TD02 whiskey kind of did out here when that formed up about several weeks ago out here. My biggest concern though is if any convection is left over down in around the Palau here, basically caught up in this cold right in here just east of Mindanao. That drifts here for a little while, could get wrapped up in some of these easterly winds right in here, and could bring some increased precipitation to much of the southern Philippines and even all the way up towards Manila, especially on the 22nd here, showing GFS model right in here, just basically the precipitation totals out here, and much of the southern Philippines kind of being covered by what's going to be left over of that easterly wave out in this area. Most of it is going to kind of move off towards the northeast as shown in that streamline analysis, but the other reason why I'm showing this time here on the 22nd into the 23rd actually is that we have an area of low pressure coming out of China. It's going to bring increased precipitation throughout much of the region, all the way from Okinawa all the way up to Hokkaido, expecting pretty much a good amount of precipitation on the 23rd here. You're just starting to see this move through, but if we continue to slow down, you see this low develop over Sea of Japan. It's kind of split going around Honshu like lows typically do out here, and if we continue to scroll, you will see that development second low here just south of Shikoku, and basically you see increased precipitation. But anytime we do see a development of a second low just on the southern portion of Japan, you really start to see that increase in precipitation along the eastern coast here, and even that tsunami-stricken area up down near Sendai up in this region here are going to see some precipitation likely on the 23rd into the 24th due to this area of low pressure. And also noting we're going to have a stationary front extending off of that all the way down towards Okinawa and Taiwan, going to see some increase in precipitation on the 23rd as well, basically all due to this large area of low pressure. And then once that kind of drifts towards the south here, you're going to have the interaction between the Asiatic and the West Pacific, yet again increasing the winds out here, and also that precipitation as far south as northern Luzon could see some increase in precip, and also cooler temperatures kind of diving south along with this high as well. So a lot of weather happening on the 23rd into the 24th. So just one thing to note this weekend, not looking too great to get out there and do too much throughout much of the area. Only people that really going to see any fair weather possibly would be around central Luzon on the 23rd, but it's still potential for the interaction of this easterly wave coming this way, and also with the interaction of the stationary front drifting towards the south. So that's really kind of the only good place out there, but otherwise though, Korea will likely be seeing cooler temperatures, much precip across Japan, and as far south as Taiwan and most of the Philippines here. So kind of just kind of a no-win situation this coming weekend. But looking at the current synoptic pattern for today, though, we have this just moving off the coast of Honshu with a high kind of ridging in towards the southeast here over much of Okinawa for today. Going to be seeing fair weather out there, actually, so pretty good news through the rest of the week into Friday, and that's when we'll start to see that next area of low pressure kind of move through and bring the unfavorable conditions out there. But for the time being, though, this high will dominate, producing fair weather from Luzon all the way up towards and up to southern and eastern Japan here. And just one thing I do want to note, we were watching the radiation fallout coming out of Fukushima here, and just basically with these northwesterly winds as this moves off towards the east, that's basically where the plume will be going. But it is just a note, not really any warning out on it, because of the fact that all it is doing is just raising the above background radiation on it. So just one thing I do want to mention. But that's all I got for today, everybody. Thanks once again for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always post them here at westernpacificweather.com or on the YouTube channel here in the comment box below. So thanks again for listening. All I do want to mention, tonight at about 2000 local Japan time, that's about 1900 along the eastern coast of Australia, and about 11 Zulu for those of you worldwide out here, will be hosting the weather chat in the weather chat room here at westernpacificweather.com. So just trying to get some meteorological people together and just kind of discuss the current synoptic situations out there. So that's all for today. Thanks again for listening, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.